Right now, a retired high school English teacher wants to share a lesson with you all. So you're not left asking where's the money. She thought she was selling a bike on Facebook Marketplace, but she ended up out $2,000 after the person on the other end of the transaction convinced her to use Zelle.
Right. It seems simple enough. Steve Steger looked into her story to help make sure no one else ends up in the same boat.
It was an effort to do the right thing.
We're just downsizing. You know what the Europeans call death cleaning? Taking responsibility for cleaning out your messes instead of leaving it for your kids.
But Susan Winery says,
"Are you sure you need to clean?"
It went terribly wrong.
I've been selling things on Facebook Marketplace the whole time we've lived here. I've never had an issue.
Susan listed a bike her husband doesn't use anymore for $100.
I received a Facebook message from a gentleman. He said that his sister was not on Facebook, but she wanted to buy this bike. And he gave me a phone number and asked me to text her.
They texted. She asked if Susan had Zelle.
I said, first mistake, you'll have to talk me through it.
Then she got an email she thought was from Zelle,
telling me that since I haven't had an active account, I would have to activate my account.
The texter guided her to pay the money to a strange account with a strange phone number. She said it was a business account that she shared.
You're going to basically send me the $500 to establish the account, and then I'm going to give you $600.
But then emails kept coming. $500 wasn't enough to authenticate her account, it said. She needed to dump in $1,500 more.
The back of my head knew the whole time. Don't ask me why I played into that. But I did.
How much are you out?
$2,000.
$2,000.
Yeah.
For a $100 bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty prevalent.
Elizabeth Anaskevich is a consumer protection attorney who used to work as an enforcement attorney for the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. The CFPB sued Zelle in December of last year, calling the platform an attractive vehicle for fraud.
There have been hundreds of millions of dollars of complaints by some of the largest banks.
The new administration dropped that lawsuit, a move that Zelle at the time applauded, calling the original complaint legally and factually flawed. Anaskevich says Zelle and the banks have made some improvements in fraud prevention since, but it's still pretty prevalent. So in the meantime, users need to be careful.
Never send money to someone that you do not know.
I am so angry at myself.
Susan did what you're supposed to do. She immediately reported the transaction to Zelle, her bank, and the police. She doesn't think that money is coming back. So in the meantime, this retired English teacher wants to be a lesson for all of us.
If I can fall for it, somebody who's much needier, having much more of a struggle in their lives than I am, is going to get taken.
And Susan's headache continued after she contacted police. Investigators wanted information about the account on the other end of the transaction, so she called Zelle. Zelle directed her to a bank, and her bank directed her back to Zelle. And Zelle was sending her back to the bank again until Steve and his team got involved and asked the company why it couldn't provide the info. Fortunately, they did. Experts say if something feels suspicious, trust your gut.